All right, eBoost battery, 16 kilowatt hours of greatness. Let's unbox it and see what we have and get ready for an installation. Like usual, start out by cutting it open. Bloop. Now this has arrows on the front here, and I know it's laying down. I'm going to tilt it up here in a minute. This tells me this is the top, which is nice because sometimes you don't know which way's up. I'm going to open it laying down first to see what all's in here. And then I will tilt it to the upright position. First thing I see is a template. That's nice for mounting the battery and the inverter on the wall. So I'll save that. I will lay it here. Hopefully the wind doesn't take it somewhere like usual. All right, nice, a printed manual. Yeah, I prefer a printed manual versus having to download something and look at it on your phone. It's terrible. That's nice. Then, let's see here. Packing material, lifting straps. Okay, let me, there's probably a bag on the side with the materials. I'll delete some of this video. I just want to see where that bag is located. Yeah, I think it's over there on that side. Okay, let's get it upright and see if we can have it sit on this pallet. Let me see what this pallet, oh, it's a solid top pallet. Okay, great. Yeah, that'll be easy to do. Stand by. There are the specs before I set it on its bottom. 16 kilowatt hours, 51.2 volts nominal, and various things there. I'll put up a little bit better display on the screen. So, tilt up. Now, tilt up that, I did slide it on the pallet so I can tilt it up. It's 300 pounds plus, so I'll be lifting about 150. That's not bad. Just tilting it. In theory, you want someone to help you tilt it in the upright position. We'll get it ready, and then I'll go get the tractor to move it to its final destination. Okay, I got it tilted up. It's not that bad, actually. You think 150 pounds seems like a lot, but not really. You're just tilting it up to about waist high. So I've got it tilted up. I believe there's wheels and feet on the bottom. So I will gently rock it out onto this platform here. This is a solid top pallet, which is rare, I guess. Most of them are not solid. So, and it's not the pallet it came on. It just happens to be the pallet I put it on. Now, yeah, there's nice handles. Let's get it out and get the bag off of it and see how it looks. That was actually very straightforward. It has the combi feet wheels. So it has wheels on it, and then you lower the red elevator to the floor to lock it in place. This is not its final resting place, obviously. We have our pogo stack for connecting the battery to the eWay. Makes it very nice. We have our lifting straps, which this is going to come in handy with the tractor and or with the appliance dolly. Power on switch, so it boots up. It has a real nice mounting bracket in the back for floor mount, where it just sits on the floor. You don't necessarily need this bracket. In this case, I will probably not use the bracket. In the next job I've got coming up, which you'll see shortly, I will be using this mounting bracket to secure the battery, because there won't really be a wall to speak of. You'll see that coming up soon here. And then, of course, the warning side. And now, what we should do next is take this front cover off and see how this bad boy is built. And then put the eWay on, and then the inverter. So I've got a plan for this battery. It's going to be great. All right, let's see what happens inside this thing. All right, let's take some quick measurements. Left to right, the width, 22 1/4, including the mounting bracket in the back, and to the front, about 11 1/4, not quite. And then to the floor, to where? To the top of the battery, 36. To the top of the bracket, 37 5/8. That bracket also would include the height of that block, the pogo stack block. Okay, so in review, 22 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, 36 is the net amount of height. This height will be absorbed by the eWay. So when I measure the eWay, that number will include this extra bits at the top. All right, curious as to what's inside. So I've got to remove 2 handfuls of screws. Let's take off the front cover and see how she's built. Let's do it. Fucking shit. Boop. All right, the cover is off. I just spun the cover around and reinserted the screw backwards so that the cover would just stay there. I don't have to disconnect the ground wire. We do have a safety cover. I was going to say security, but it's not security, it's safety. So let me remove the safety cover to expose the cells, and then we'll get into the finer details. All right, the last screw is removed. Wow. Okay, great. Let me lay this down so the wind blows it on me. What do we have here? Okay, obviously we have 16 cells, and obviously they're 314 amp hours to get to our 16 kilowatt hours. We are bolted in with trussing. Cells are laser welded. Sensors are laser etched onto the bus bar. We have temperature sensor, temperature sensor, temperature sensor, temperature sensor. There's at least 4, I can see those. And then we have our 8 cells going down. We have our jumper bus bar coming back around to our positive side. We have dueling cables in parallel going to our BMS, which is back there, and red going to positive side, also going to the BMS, and then going up to the pogo stack. You can see all of the information cables coming from the BMS here. And then here's the overpressure relief valve on the top there. All of the sensor cables are wrapped in tape and tie wrapped with nice tie wraps, and everything is bolted together. Curious about the space between here. That's fine, I guess. Gives you a lot of room. And I think the primary reason why this is as wide as it is, it matches the width of the NV Duo 21 inverter and also the 12K inverter. Let's check the size of these battery cables. Looks like a 200 degree C cable. It looks like number 2. I'm gonna have to find the size. It's gonna take a minute to look for a piece of writing to find the size of the cable. Large cables. This is probably the largest cable I've seen in a battery, having taken quite a few apart. Monster terminals leads to monster cable. 2-gauge wire. Nice. Parallel 2-gauge wire. That's what I'm talking about. This is a workhorse. Then I can see the location of the heaters. Those 2 white wires go to heaters in the back that heat the back of the battery, I guess you would say, the back of the battery. And then the, let me flip here, boop. The BMS, looks like they are driving the positive side of the battery for disconnect. And then of course, all the measurements and protocols are embedded there. So nice, self-made BMS. Great. All right, let me put the lid back on this. Let's do it. All right, I got the battery in a little bit closer position. These straps are real nice. So I'm gonna go find some D-rings or some kind of double hook to hook on the tractor bucket. So then I can use the tractor bucket just to lift this up and move it into place. Stand by. All right, the battery is in place. I did not use the mounting bracket that would hang it from the wall because it's not necessary. And I will lower the feet. I did secure the brackets, the anti-tilt brackets in the back of the battery. The eWay just goes on, put the screws in, and then next I'll figure out the plan for the inverter. You'll see that in just a second when I go to that step. All right, we're making progress.